guys, poccus here. I just wanted to tell you guys I sold away my rotation sensation and got one unusual, one Australian, and one relatively expensive cosmetic. Feel free to send offers. I will put a link for my backpack.tf and my TF2 Outpost accounts if you guys want to send a trade request on either of those. I do not need pure. I will happily accept, well, not necessarily happily, it depends on the unusual, but I will accept unusual or Australian offers with not that much overpay, but definitely some overpay. So back to the game. Now, right here, I think this heavy was a little bit laggy because he just let me sort of run right by. And then when I come back around to get the stab, he saw me in his peripheral vision, or maybe he just realized that a spy had run behind him and triggered my DR. I just got it in time, but that sniper made me go back around and not have enough DR charge to get through, so I get destroyed by the pyro with nothing I can do. Now, when you see a heavy like that, if he has a cosmetic, most of the time you should probably not go for the stab, just knowing that, I mean, unless you're rich, or you don't care about money, or you just, yeah, you have to have a little bit of experience in the game to have a cosmetic. So I'm running back here, nobody's stopping me, so I'm a little surprised, but I do keep my DR up this whole time, and I jump on here just in case anybody comes by, because I think I saw someone charging, or heard the charge. So the blue team has a monoculus, and I'm not sure what triggers my DR right here, but I try to jump across without getting hit by him. But I think the DR triggered my fall damage, and then I just took a little splash when it was trying to hit the scout. Now, I love this spot. Now, I noticed the sniper, and I remember that sniper because he top scored last round. And I think, well, instead of going for a stab on a not-so-good player, I'm just going to wait. Now, most of the time in pubs, you don't really want to wait. But right there I waited because my team would have gotten wrecked, especially since we only had one or two people out and he would have just quickly scoped and headshot them. I guess you could say it's quick scope. You can't really do that in TF2 now. I jumped down right outside this heavy view and stab him, and one of the things that I really don't like about this new cart as a spy is that it puts the boo effect on you after you walk near it as a member of the enemy team, and it makes some choke points so hard to defend. And you can't really get chain stabs because, I mean, even if it's a bad player and they don't hear the screams that are eventually gonna, or they don't have a good headset, you can be a good player and not have a good headset, they're eventually gonna turn around and you're gonna be booed and you can't stab them. Now, right there, I think that sniper and that soldier were really the only two players on this team that were even aware of spies, really. So I just tried to get my DR triggered. Now this guy, I didn't shoot him at first because I kind of was wondering what he was going to do, but I shoot him because I realized he's probably going to try to shoot me. Now my scout buddy comes through here. I'm not sure why he came through, but I'm not even sure why he was there. He just come through with the candy cane. And those skeletons as a spy make infiltrating so much harder. Now, as I got destroyed here before, I'm going to be more careful when I come through. So I come through, I try to get the spell because, I don't know, I really don't like where it is on my HUD. I always look over by my ammo and I'm like, oh, I don't have spells, so let me go get one. Now, I throw that and he doesn't see me, and right before I get off and hit him again, I accidentally hit taunt instead of hitting spell. Now, the pyro still doesn't notice me, and he's just running back, and he's spy checking, and then he's like, okay, he's not here. Now, I probably would have left him alone if I saw that he was spy checking, but I've recently been watching a lot of Stabby, or Stabby, whatever you want to call him. Probably my favorite YouTuber and Twitch person. He's amazing spy. Yeah, so I'll put a link to his channel in the description, and his Twitch channel. But right here I only have one spell, and instead of using it just on the floor or something, I just keep one, and I go for the headshot and the body shot on that sniper, which, I mean, the damage fall off is a lot, especially with the ambassador. You can't deal that much damage from far away, but even from a pretty large distance like that, one headshot and one body shot on the 125 health targets will probably kill them. Now, later on in this gameplay, I do try to get a shot on them, and it doesn't work because the damage fall off. But right there, you have to get really good at predicting your targets. And And right there, I did predict that the pyro was going to turn sort of perpendicular to me, but he didn't, and I missed the stab. Now, you have to take responsibility for missing the stab, but, I mean, I wasn't mad. He still got killed. And I should have remembered that, oh, that player isn't good at all, and they didn't notice a spy disguised as them running into them and bumping them. They didn't even spy check me. So, it is my fault for not knowing you have to know your enemy. And I come in with this weird spell. I don't think I hit anybody with it, but right here, you see I get the body shot, and the headshot, and then the body shot, and because of damage fall off, I only deal 18 damage with the body shot, but I do get him. That's the sniper that I was harassing earlier, also the guy who was doing really well last round. But I do harass him and get him to run off. Now, I mistime the jump, and I don't get it, but yeah, it happens. Now, we're running back in, and I don't know why I thought that would hit him, but it just completely misses him, and I managed to fall off the bridge. Trying to dodge his shots. We're coming back for the third time because of how stupid I am. And I see someone up there, a sniper. Not the sniper that I was harassing, not the best sniper, but he is wearing a Razorback, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be aware of spies at the very least. And right here, I was trying to go for a headshot, but I should have just spam shot him. Right here, I think this guy probably activated the Uber spell, so he didn't die. It's a pretty cool little spot. I thought that was cool, so I kept that in there. But sometimes it's good if there's a really low health target that's shooting you, just to shoot like 3 body shots really fast, or 2 body shots, or 4, or however many you have to shoot. Like that, instead of taking the time to line up the headshot. I mean, if you're a really, really good spy, maybe you don't need to line up your shots. But yeah. So we're gonna grab the spell, and we get the net spell again. I don't know what else to call it, but yeah. So I run up, and I got the engineer disguise because I've been disguising as a pyro or a demo this time. So I want to see if I can get behind them with an NG because they haven't yet seen an NG spy. And I run in there, get the health pack, and I wait because I think I heard something. I don't really remember what I was thinking. And I throw it over there, it doesn't hit any of them, and I just try to get a headshot. I mess up the headshot at a target running straight at me, and I trigger my DR and manage to get out. I mean, the old DR didn't have the fire resistance, so I probably still would have stayed on fire, but the damage resistance would have kept me at a higher health. So, I mean, I really don't think the DR nerf was necessary. I mean, I think they really did it to stop, like, pub stopping, but in all honesty, the competitive side of TF2 is much better than pubs. Even though I don't do it, I really wish I did, but I don't think I'm good enough yet. So I managed to mess up the stab, and I would have just gone for a Matador on that soldier, but the Cart's Boo feature got me, and I get killed. So, yeah. Although, I just got some Brimstones, the horn. I got those off the community market, and I think they look pretty cool. I'm trying to get a modest pile of hats and a No Mercy to go for sort of a demonish, devilish look. I don't know, tell me what you guys think would be a cool cosmetic set in the description. Now, I trigger my DR. My mateys! And, I don't know, I try to get out of the spy's way so he doesn't see me, and he just cloaks and comes in. Now, this is the spy that I was harassing earlier, and right here, that is why you don't backpedal. That guy was backpedaling, and all I had to do was strafe to him. Now, Array 7, you guys probably know who he is, says backpedal when you're a medic, but you really don't want to do that. Backpedaling is when bad stuff like that happens. Now, that guy, he wasn't doing anything wrong. If he had strafed away from me, I would have not gotten that stab. But the strafe and stab is so effective against backpedaling targets. It is, like, impossible to miss against a backpedaling target if you're backpedaling against them. Now, right here, I glitch out and waste the spell, but it's okay. But I cannot emphasize enough. Do not backpedal. Backpedaling will kill you. And I keep harassing this soldier because, well, I mean, he did really well last round, just under that sniper, maybe third, but I want to keep him dead. And when him and the pyro bum rush me, instead of running away, right, not backpedaling, I might point out, I get one shot on him and then run away with the DR up. And I managed to get that guy, pop my DR, and get away. Now, right there, I backpedaled because I had the speed boost and I was still very fast. But unless you have a really, really high speed boost equipped, try not to backpedal. Now, nobody's perfect. Everybody's going to end up backpedaling sometime. But it's really good, especially if you know there's a spy on the other team or near you. Don't backpedal. If you're running away from a battle and you're not aware of a spy, it's okay to backpedal, but you have a slower speed, and the enemy will catch up to you faster. But if you're fighting a spy and you're trying to backpedal into them, right? Like that demo was, he tried to backpedal sort of perpendicular to me so we could get a sticky down next to me. But don't backpedal. All you had to do was strafe away from me and he could have gotten me with a pill without taking self-damage. I don't know. I cannot emphasize enough that you need to not backpedal. Now, I did mention how Array 7 had said to do it. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He is a very, very good player. It's just, it's not a good idea to backpedal, especially with a spy on the other team. I mean, as a medic, it's more viable because you're a faster class, but you still get slowed down enough for the spy to get you in a strafe and stab. However you say that. I am going to keep harassing this sniper though, and you see right there, it's good to jump. Now, I should have just gone for the stab on this guy, but I don't know what I was thinking, but I got really, I don't know, I just zoned out completely and I didn't go for the stab. But we're here again for another round after I got killed because of my stupidity. The round ended and I got back on this team. So we're gonna run up here, get a disguise on, and a good idea when you're a spy is to disguise as a friendly. It's much more believable, and it'll make people backpedal. They'll be like, well, there's no spy on the other team. I can backpedal. I mean, it's still not a good idea even without a spy, but it's probably best. It's probably better to backpedal with no spy. So I keep my dead ringer up, try to get a feint acting like a free-to-play who doesn't know what they're doing. Now, I don't know, I was caught in between acting and trying to get a headshot on the scout, so I got myself caught. Now, I'm disguised as a pyro, so I'm jumping back here, and this heavy, I don't know, he backed up into the spawn and kept shooting, which got me, and I tried to stab him. I should have just backed out when I saw he was going back into spawn and waited, but I don't know, I was like, I thought that I was gonna, I don't know, that something bad was gonna happen, and right there I saw that guy was disguised as me, and I don't know, I feel like I should have stabbed him, because I did get his ankles. You can stab there, and right here I would have landed the headshot on him, but of course my game lags out right at the perfect times when I'm about to cast a spell on a huge group of enemy players and when I'm about to headshot a spy. But he manages to sap, and yeah, instead of just headshotting him, I try to get a stab and be fancy, but I don't know, I don't know where he went, so I sort of give up. I keep calling spy though, just in case anybody's coming out of spawn and looking for him, and I come up here and I do grab the health, and I should have noticed that the ammo is gone. I think I did, I just wasn't paying attention, and then as I come out here, I get backstabbed. And a lot of the times when you get backstabbed, it's because you backpedal. I mean, right there, I backpedaled away from the sentry and into the spy. Now, it's okay to backpedal, but it's really good not to do it. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's really important that you don't. Right there, I sap the telly first because, I mean, it doesn't make a lot of noise, and that person would have to have their volume settings pretty high to hear the sap. And they're wearing a free-to-play hat, and they're using the Natasha, so I figure, hey, they can't be that good. I mean, the Natasha's not necessarily a bad weapon, but most of the time, it's, like, lower skill heavies that use it. But, no offense to anybody who does, but right here, I don't know. This is the best spot to go to if you get behind the enemy team, but I don't know why I went in there that time, but, I'm going behind them, and I'm waiting for the health to respawn. So I bring up my DR, and I just try to run behind them. Now, I jump wrong at the wrong time, so I see the loose cannon thing coming towards me, but I mess up the jump, so instead of flying behind them, I just take some damage, and I get screwed over right there because I bumped into the engineer and strafed the same way he was, which ended up taking up a lot of my cloak and letting them know that I was still there, or another spy was. But because he strafed, not backpedaled, I couldn't just sneak around him. If he had been backpedaling, I could have just gone around him, but since he strafed, I couldn't strafe past him. I mean, I probably should have just seen that he was strafing and strafed the other way, but I was a little slow and I got killed. Now, right here, I'm just sort of looking and I see the medic, and I don't know, I really mess up this corner stab. I mean, I don't even know how I messed it up that badly. So I come back, get the health, crouch back here, wait to see if the medic still comes through, and wait for the headless horseman to go away. That guy will destroy you. Now I just try to run behind them. Not the most believable feint, but I managed to get behind them, and I'm a demo, and I start calling spy just to act as if the demo that I'm playing is sort of unaware, and just sort of like, yeah, so if they see me doing weird stuff, they'll just be like, oh, he just likes to spam and be annoying. Not necessarily the best plan, but yeah. Now, I don't know how I mess up that stab. I see that he's walking away, and I still go for the stab, but I sap just so it doesn't kill me. And yeah, but I'm it, so the horseman's gonna come after me, and I run up here, get the health, and I just decide to start shooting them. So I shoot, and I try to sap, but I backpedaled away from the sentry, so I wasn't within sapping range, and the headless horseman got me. Now I spy check this guy. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I mean, he's so close to our spawn. If he was a spy, he would probably be backstabbing people or waiting. I mean, you never know. It's always good to spy check. I'm right here. I see the medic is being chased, so me being a horrible teammate, I just decided, you know what, he can have fun killing the horseman himself, and then the horseman recognizes me, and that's karma at the finest. I tell him I basically, like, screw over my teammate by leaving them to die, and then I get almost killed by the horseman, and then I run in and I get killed by a spell. Now, right here, I have a spell, and I don't know why. I was just sort of looking around like a moron and just like, I'm gonna throw it at them. And I throw it at them where they are, but it's a slow-moving spell, so I should have thrown it in front of them. So I get a new spell. Can't see what that is, but I'm running around just checking if there's anybody here. Completely not helping my medic yet again. And yeah, I'm running up behind, and I see the heavy, so I cast the spell right here, and I kill a lot of them. That is a really good spell to cast at a large group of people. I don't know if that was the fire rain or the gigantic group of double donks, whatever it is. But whatever it was, it killed a lot of them. Now, I come back here, I decloak, a very risky decloak, but I do need the charge to go back in. Nobody's there, my teammates clean them up, and I start taking damage from a scout. I don't know, I managed to get him to waste one of his spells, which is good. And I'm waiting here, and that demo charges, and I think I synced my decloak okay, but the scouts still get me. Alright, I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.